Hey, this is Jonathan Cook with NCSI, and today I'm excited to introduce you to Ivanti Neurons iPaaS. In this video, I'll walk you through what iPaaS is, highlight its key features, and even show you a quick example to help you get started. So what exactly is iPaaS? iPaaS stands for Integration Platform as a Service, a cloud-based solution that lets businesses securely and efficiently connect different systems and applications. Thanks to the partnership between Ivanti and Workato, Ivanti has embedded no-code integration directly into Neurons for ITSM, making it easier than ever to streamline your workflows. To access iPaaS, navigate to the Configuration Console, scroll down to the Extend menu on the left, and you'll see iPaaS Integration. This menu here has several options: projects, dashboard, community library, and tools. Let's take a look at projects. Projects is your central hub for organizing integrations by use case, department, or process. Within projects, we manage connections, which are the secure channels that link you to your applications, storing credentials and environment information. Then we have recipes. Recipes are the workflows that define how data flows between systems without writing any code. And lastly, we also have folders so that we can sort our connections and recipes. Let's take a look at the dashboard. The dashboard provides you access to seeing job history. You can sort by different projects or recipes and even apps. You can change the period of time here, so you can check different date ranges, and you can see all of your connections, whether they're on-premise or not. Next, we have the dependency graph. This shows how all of your recipes and connections are interrelated. And the activity log or audit that shows us all of the changes that have been happening in our iPaaS environment. Next, let's take a look at the community library, where users can build and share custom recipes and connectors. This is a great place to pull inspiration from others or to implement out of the box, or not out of the box, but community driven recipes. And then there are tools. With these tools, we can dive into detailed logs for troubleshooting, use lookup tables to manage frequently referenced data, leverage on-prem groups to securely bridge internal systems with the iPaaS cloud. Then we have environment properties, which allow us to reference static variables from within our recipes. We have the connector SDK, where we can build and design our own connectors, and recipe lifecycle management that allows us to import, export, and manage the life of our recipes. Now let's build a recipe to automatically create a work item in Azure DevOps whenever a new incident is logged in Neurons for ITSM, and that incident is assigned to a specific team. We'll start by creating a new project. I'll call it ADO team. Within that project, we can now create a recipe. We'll say send to ADO. We're going to use trigger from an app as our starting point, since a new record in Ivanti is going to kick off this flow. All right, so immediately we're taken to pick which app we're going to launch this recipe from. So let's select Ivanti. We're going to use a new record, and since I already have a connector, I can just select that here. So we'll need to select which object, and we're going to use incident for this. Let's set some trigger conditions. Within trigger data, we now have access to a bunch of data pills based on the trigger or other data points available within the recipe. So we're going to base this off of owner team. We search for that, we can pull it, drag it over. We're going to say where owner team is equal to ADO team. Okay, now let's add an action. We're going to do an action in an app. We'll search for Azure DevOps. And we're going to create a record. Since this is the first time we're using this connection and we don't, or this app, and we don't already have a connection, it's going to prompt us to create a connection. I'm going to go ahead and use a personal access token for this, so I should only need organization, the API version, my username, and the token itself. So with that, now we have the connection configured and we can use it within our actions. So we'll need to select what object we're creating. This will be a work item. We'll tell it for the Virtuilo project, and we're going to create an issue. Let's map the title to the subject from our incident. We'll hard code the state to doing. We'll scroll down and set the description as well. We'll map that to symptom. And we're good. Just like that, when a ticket's created and it's assigned to that team, it should create a record in ADO now. We'll save and go ahead and give this a test after we create an incident. Make sure this is assigned to our ADO team. Perfect, let's save. Okay, now that record's ready. Let's test this recipe. Perfect, so we can see that test was successful. We go over to Azure and refresh. We should see a new record here. Perfect. We're matching our state, summary, and description. Back on the recipe, we exit this. We can start our recipe so that it's now running in the background. So in the background, Workato is going to run every 5 minutes to check for any records that were created since the last time it checked. And it will automatically, if they're assigned to the ADO team, create that work item in Azure DevOps. All right, that's a quick look at what Ivanti Neurons iPaaS has to offer. I hope this overview helps you see how the platform can simplify your integrations. If you have any questions, feel free to drop a comment below. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.